more like made it more expensive in America. The phrase made in America used to evoke a sense of pride and assurance. It was a badge of honor, a testament to the quality and craftsmanship that American workers put into their products. But today, that same phrase often comes with a hefty price tag. Remember when made in America meant something? It was a symbol of reliability and durability. People trusted American-made goods because they knew they were built to last. From cars to appliances, the label was synonymous with excellence. It used to mean quality. Skilled craftsmen and women took pride in their work, ensuring that every product that left the factory was up to the highest standards. This dedication to quality was what set American products apart from the rest. Now, thanks to some, let's call them interesting, trade policies, it mostly just means expensive. The cost of producing goods in America has skyrocketed, making it difficult for companies to compete with cheaper imports. This has led to higher prices for consumers and a decline in the number of American-made products available on the market. We're talking about tariffs, those pesky little taxes on imported goods. These tariffs were meant to protect American industries, but they've had some unintended consequences. Instead of boosting domestic production, they've made it more expensive to manufacture goods in the U.S. They might sound boring, but trust us, they've got the potential to turn the American dream into the American manufacturing nightmare. Many factories have been forced to shut down, unable to cope with the increased costs. This has left countless workers without jobs and small business owners struggling to stay afloat. Our story focuses on two iconic American companies, Ford, the car company your grandpa swore by, and John Deere, the tractor company that helped build this country. These companies have been pillars of American industry for decades, representing the best of what American manufacturing has to offer. These companies are now caught in the crosshairs of a trade war they didn't start. The tariffs and trade policies have put immense pressure on their operations, making it harder for them to compete in the global market. They're facing increased costs and supply chain disruptions, all of which threaten their ability to continue producing high-quality products. And guess who ends up paying the price? It's not just the companies that suffer. The impact of these trade policies trickles down to the consumers. When production costs go up, so do the prices on the shelves. That's right, folks. It's you, the American consumer. You're the one who has to dig deeper into your pockets to afford the same products you used to buy without a second thought. Families are feeling the pinch, having to make tough choices about their spending. Get ready for higher prices on everything from pickup trucks to those riding lawnmowers you've had your eye on. The dream of owning a piece of American-made excellence is becoming more and more out of reach for the average consumer. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the reality we're facing. Ford, the company that put America on wheels, has been a symbol of innovation and progress for over a century. From the iconic Model T to the modern Mustang, Ford has always been at the forefront of the automotive industry. But now, the company is facing a bumpy road ahead. Remember when you could buy a decent car without needing a small loan? Those days seem like a distant memory as car prices continue to climb. Yeah, those days might be over. See, Ford relies on a global supply chain. This intricate network spans continents, bringing together parts from Europe, Asia, and beyond to build their cars here in the U.S. That means parts come from all over the world to build their cars here in the U.S. It's a system designed for efficiency and cost-effectiveness, ensuring that Ford can produce high-quality vehicles at competitive prices. Sounds efficient, right? Well, not with tariffs. These taxes on imported goods are throwing a wrench into the works. Those imported parts are now getting slapped with extra taxes, making Ford's production costs skyrocket. The ripple effect of these tariffs is felt throughout the entire supply chain. The result? Higher prices for you. Consumers are bearing the brunt of these increased costs, with sticker prices on new cars reaching unprecedented levels. That shiny new F-150 is about to get a whole lot more expensive. The beloved truck, known for its durability and performance, is now a symbol of the financial strain caused by tariffs. We're talking thousands of dollars added to the sticker price. This significant increase is making it harder for average consumers to afford new vehicles. And it's not just cars. The impact of these tariffs extends beyond traditional vehicles. Ford's plans for electric vehicles are also hitting a roadblock thanks to, you guessed it, tariffs. The future of sustainable transportation is being jeopardized by these additional costs, making it more challenging for Ford to innovate and lead the charge towards a greener future. As Ford navigates these tariff troubles, the company is working tirelessly to find solutions. Engineers and executives are exploring ways to mitigate costs and keep prices as low as possible for consumers. The road ahead may be challenging, but Ford's commitment to innovation and quality remains unwavering. The company is determined to overcome these obstacles and continue providing the vehicles that Americans love and rely on. Despite the hurdles, Ford's legacy of putting America on wheels is far from over. With resilience and ingenuity, Ford will continue to drive forward, navigating the twists and turns of the automotive industry. The future is electric, or at least it's supposed to be. Ford knows this, which is why they're investing heavily in electric vehicles. But there's a problem. Those batteries that power EVs, they rely on a lot of imported materials that are now subject to, say it with me, tariffs. These tariffs are making it harder for Ford to compete with foreign rivals, especially those pesky Chinese companies that are flooding the market with cheaper EVs. It's a classic case of good intentions gone wrong. The government wants to protect American jobs, but these tariffs might actually end up hurting American innovation in the long run. Now let's talk tractors. John Deere, the company that's been helping farmers put food on our tables for generations, is also feeling the heat from tariffs. Steel, a key ingredient in tractor production, has been hit particularly hard. This has forced John Deere to raise prices on its equipment, putting a strain on farmers who are already struggling with tight margins. It's a double whammy for the agricultural industry. Not only are farmers facing higher costs for their equipment, but they're also dealing with retaliatory tariffs from other countries, making it harder to export their crops. Section 5. The art of the deal or the art of the threat. So how did we get here? The landscape of international trade has always been complex, but recent years have seen a dramatic shift in tactics and strategies. Well, it all starts with a certain someone who loves to use tariffs as a bargaining chip in his trade negotiations. Tariffs, once a tool for protecting domestic industries, have now become a weapon in the arsenal of trade wars. You know who we're talking about. This figure has dominated headlines, not just for his policies, but for his unorthodox approach to governance. He's got a penchant for grandstanding, a love for Twitter, and a unique way with words. His tweets can move markets, and his speeches can shift public opinion in an instant. Let's just say he's not afraid to throw his weight around, especially when it comes to American companies. His approach is often seen as aggressive, but to his supporters, it's a sign of strength and determination. He's threatened companies with tariffs, using them as leverage to bring jobs back to American soil. This tactic has created a climate of uncertainty for businesses, both domestic and international. Praise them for staying in the U.S., often highlighting these decisions as victories for his administration. These moments are celebrated with much fanfare, complete with ribbon-cutting ceremonies and media coverage, and even taken credit for decisions that were already in motion. This has led to a narrative where every positive economic development is attributed to his policies regardless of the groundwork laid by previous administrations or market forces. It's all part of his America First agenda, a slogan that has become synonymous with his presidency. This agenda aims to prioritize American interests in every aspect of policy, from trade to immigration. But some critics argue that his tactics are doing more harm than good. They point to the economic disruptions caused by sudden policy shifts, the strain on international relationships, and the long-term impact on global trade dynamics. The debate continues, with strong opinions on both sides. Section 6. From Rust Belt to Ghost Towns, the economic fallout. The potential consequences of these tariffs are far-reaching. We're talking job losses, factory closures, and economic hardship for communities that rely on manufacturing. Remember the Rust Belt? Yeah, it could be making a comeback, and not in a good way. Higher prices mean consumers buy less, which means companies produce less, which means layoffs. It's a vicious cycle that could have devastating consequences for the American economy. Section 7. Adapt or die. Ford and Deere's high-stakes gamble. So what are Ford and John Deere doing about all this? They're not taking it lying down. They're fighting back with a combination of lobbying efforts, strategic investments, and some tough decisions about their operations. They're trying to adapt to this new reality, but it's a high-stakes gamble. They're caught between a rock and a hard place, the pressure to stay competitive in a global market, and the political pressure to keep jobs in America. It's a delicate balancing act, and only time will tell if they can pull it off. Section 8. The end of an era. American manufacturing on the brink. The future of American manufacturing hangs in the balance. Will these tariffs protect American jobs, or will they backfire, driving up costs and pushing companies to move their operations overseas? It's a question with no easy answers. One thing's for sure, if iconic companies like Ford and John Deere are struggling, it's a sign that something is seriously wrong. The American dream is built on the promise of hard work and innovation, but that dream is starting to feel out of reach for many. We can only hope that our leaders make the right decisions before it's too late.